49ers Saints week 2. It's officially here. You got Mac Jones versus Spencer Rattler. Obviously, 49ers playing Mac Jones in spite of Brock Purdy having turf toe. Got a 2 to 5 week recovery time with the turf toe. However, Schefter just put out a tweet an hour ago that said 49ers are not optimistic Brock Purdy will return from his toe injury for a week 3 matchup versus Arizona, but it's not out of the question, and he has improved. Quote unquote, we'll see for next week, one source said about Purdy. Next week will be tight, but he's progressed a lot this week. So seems like Purdy's recovering pretty well. You know, the 49ers obviously are not going to rush him back. There's no need to. The next two opponents the 49ers have are Arizona and then Jacksonville. So, I mean, you definitely want to you hope that he's back against Arizona. It seems like Arizona always plays San Francisco pretty well. I would like Purdy to be back next week. Obviously, I think if he can continue to recover at a quick rate, like it sounds like he is, I think there could be a chance he will play. But either way, I mean, like I said, the 49ers are not going to rush him. And this is going to be a game where, or it's going to be a thing where, it's a week to week type of injury. So just going to have to see how he plays week to week. In other injury news going into this game, Jawan Jennings, who had the shoulder injury that he suffered versus Seattle last week, he pretty much practiced all week. Schefter did tweet out he is expected to play versus the Saints, so that's good for Mac Jones. Trent Williams, this is a little bit of a concern. Trent Williams has a knee injury. He's listed as questionable for today's game. He's going to test his knee in pregame warmups to see if he can play. And then obviously if he can't, Spencer Burford would replace Trent Williams at left tackle. So seems to me this is a thing where Trent Williams is probably thinking, look, I have a knee injury that's bothering me. There are other injuries throughout this team, including Brock Purdy and George Kittle. Should I really, risk potentially hurting this knee even more in a almost meaningless game in week 2 when you're playing a team like the Saints? I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if he's going to play. If it's me right now, I don't think Trent Williams plays. I just think he's looking at this game and thinking, why the hell should I be playing in a game versus the Saints? The team could more than likely win without him, but I am not going to say that is a I'm not going to say that is a I'm not going to say it's going to be a walk in the park if Trent Williams does not play. I think this game can be very competitive if Trent Williams is out. Now, if Trent Williams plays, I think the 49ers win, no question. But not having Trent Williams there to protect the blind side of Mac Jones, and also, his effect on the run game. I think that, Trent Williams, you could argue, is the best player on the 49ers overall, through in and throughout. So, him not playing would be, definitely a loss. And I think it would make this game a lot more competitive than it probably should be. But, yeah, we'll see with Trent Williams. Like I said, game time decision for Trent Williams. In terms of, keys to win, how the 49ers can win, things like that. Look, I don't know if this is going to be, again, like a walk in the park for the 49ers. I think, number one, I think Kyle Shanahan probably throughout this week has had to go through his playbook and probably change a lot of things up to fit Mac Jones' play style. Obviously Mac Jones is not nearly as mobile as Brock Purdy is. And I think with that, I don't think Shanahan's clearly having to probably switch up his playbook a little bit, and just kind of dissect things, and try to switch some things up accordingly. So to me, I think keys to win. Number one, it's going to be offensively. You can't have turnovers. I know this is a super cliche thing, but when you're talking about Mac Jones, there have been times where he is just a turnover machine, and if that happens today, the 49ers will not win this game. It's as simple as that. You got to protect the football. You can't have interceptions, have multiple interceptions. You just got to take care of the football. Mac Jones is not going to be asked to do a lot here. This is going to be a thing where, you know, um, if something's not open downfield, hit the check down, hit the check down, hit the check down, hit the check down. Brock Purdy did a lot of that last week in Seattle. Number one, I think if Trent Williams doesn't play, God only knows how quick Mac Jones is going to have to get the ball off. The 49ers offensive line outside of Dom Pooney and Trent Williams it's not good. I'd like to think that Colton McKivitz will improve following this extension that he got, and he has improved over the last couple of seasons, but doesn't necessarily mean that he is a very, very, very good right tackle that Mac Jones will have. So last week, Brock Purdy got killed. He had the highest pressure rate of his entire career. It was the highest pressure rate out of any quarterback in week one, and it was the most that he's been pressured in his entire career. So, yeah, not good, obviously. Like that can happen. But that just goes back to Shanahan and Lynch you know, uh, just not taking the offensive line as serious as you would like them to, and not bringing in and beefing up the offensive line, like many other teams out there would. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how quick Mac Jones will have to get the ball out, especially if Trent Williams don't play. So he's going to have to hit the check downs. He's going to have to hit the short to medium routes. I think if he can do that, just get it to your skill guys, get it to McCaffrey, let him do some running. I think they're going to get it to Kyle Juszczyk. I don't think Kyle Juszczyk is a guy that last week had a couple big plays. I'm sure he's going to be there on some short routes to get some check downs and yards after the catch. So I think yards after the catch is also going to be a big thing in today's game too. I just think it again goes back to you're going to have to get the ball out quick. Don't force anything because that's obviously where the turnovers start to pop up. Don't force anything. Get it to your check down, and let the guys do the work after the catch. So that's going to be crucial for Mac Jones. Don't turn the ball over. Hit your check downs. Hit them early and often. There's no reason why this team should go into this game, or there's no reason why Mac Jones in particular should go into this game and throw multiple interceptions to a not so good Saints defense. So, that's going to be crucial. And I think it's going to be interesting to see too how well the 49ers can run the ball if Trent Williams is not playing. That's going to be interesting to me. If they can find success running the football, that's obviously going to open up a lot of things in the passing game, but I'm not convinced that they're going to run the football very well. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I think they can run it well. I just don't think they're going to go out and it's talking as if Trent Williams is not playing. I don't think they're going to go out and run all over the Saints. I could be wrong, but that would be me. And then, one thing I would say too, keys to win this football game, special teams. Special teams was a problem last week. And it wasn't just with the field goals that Jake Moody had missed. Obviously, he's no longer with the team. Eddie Pinheiro is the new 49ers kicker. Shout out to Eddie Pinheiro. Third most accurate kicker in NFL history is on the 49ers. That can only be a good thing, right? we'll see what happens. But yeah, it wasn't just last week. It wasn't just a problem with the field goal unit. It was a problem really throughout the entire special teams unit. There were multiple penalties. Excuse me, on kickoff returns, on on kickoff returns. Defensively on kickoff returns. I mean, there was a lot of mishaps last week. A lot of just stupid errors that costed the 49ers penalties and things like that. Special teams was a very big problem last year. They obviously got rid of their special teams coordinator, brought in Brant Boyer to be their special teams coordinator, and it just seems like nothing has changed. Obviously it's only week one, and it's really hard to judge the special teams unit, off of just one game. I think they'll improve. But yeah, special teams is going to be crucial to win this game too. Eddie Pinheiro is going to have to make his kicks. I think the 49ers are going to be in a situation where they might have to kick multiple field goals today. Pinheiro is going to have to be on. So to me, I'm not really worried about the defense. I think Robert Saleh is going to come in and have that defense ready. So, getting to Spencer Rattler on defense is probably not going to be too much of an issue for the Niners, I would like to think. I think Saleh is going to come ready, prepared, and to just confuse the hell out of Spencer Rattler today. So for me, again, the biggest keys for the 49ers to win this game: limit turnovers offensively. Talking about Mac Jones, don't turn the ball over. Don't throw a lot of interceptions. Hit your checkdowns, which can obviously, that's going to lead to him not throwing a lot of interceptions. Hit your checkdowns. Don't turn the ball over. And then special teams. I think those are the three keys for the 49ers to win this game. I don't really know how the 49ers will play and will be in the red zone without Brock Purdy. I don't think they were great last week in the red zone. Their first drive was very good. I mean, they walked down the field. Purdy hit Kittle on that out route to open up their first drive of the game. They went 95 yards last week in Seattle on their first drive and scored the touchdown. So that was a very, very good opening start to the game. Something like that could get the momentum going today, against the Saints. So those would be my three keys to win the game today versus the Saints. I don't think it's rocket science. Here's the thing. The 49ers brought in Mac Jones for a reason. And again, it was to win a couple games down the stretch. If Brock Purdy misses time, we're in week 2 and we're already, in a situation where Brock Purdy is missing time. So not good. But again, I mean, that's why they brought Mac Jones in. I would fully expect the 49ers to win this game. They should win this game. If Trent Williams doesn't play and they lose, I wouldn't be shocked. But I still think, just given this defense, I think the defense, with or without Trent Williams, I think the defense is going to be the key factor in this game. I just think Saleh, man, him being back it's like a night and day difference. Last year, if we would have played Seattle last year, or I guess if we would have had the same coaching staff last year, going into that week 1 game versus Seattle, 49ers don't win that game. I think everybody can probably agree on that. Just what Saleh is able to do, he's one of the best in the game to do that, if not the best. And to have him back, to have his energy back on the sideline, it's going to help his team a lot this year. So score predictions. I'm going to say 49ers win. You know what? I'm going to say they put up 17 points again. I think the 49ers win this game 17 to 7. I think the 49ers win 17-7. That would be my pick for the score prediction. So again, 49ers 17-7. Obviously, we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting game. We get Mac Jones week 2 Who would have thought that? Not me. Anyway, stay tuned. Obviously, following this game, I'll be on here with a post-game recap video. But yeah, this game's going to be interesting. You just got to go out there and play 49er football. Yeah, we don't have our quarterback. Doesn't necessarily mean that we can't win today. Again, that's why the 49ers brought in Mac Jones, to have a quality quarterback too behind Brock Purdy that can win you a couple games if Purdy happened to miss time, and we're already here. So Mac Jones, Spencer Rattler, what a duel. What a duel today in New Orleans. As always, go Niners. I'll see you guys in the next one.